Parking lot, it's getting really hot out there, but you would think it's kind of the same for everyone. We are already in the middle of the day, so it will get maybe a bit hotter towards the end, but everyone will have to deal with it.
Explain parking lot a second. So hang on, normally this is a place you park cars?
Yeah, actually the wall is exactly where the cars would normally park, and the space you see here with the people, that's just the space in between all the walls of the climbing center here. So it's all asphalt and gets really hot.
It does, and you can see the audience squeezed into the shadow created by the lead wall there. Well, we have a set of athletes coming through 9:20, trying to get down to just 6 for the final. And some interesting names in here, including Samuel Richard, who won the qualifying round, fairly unknown as well. We're looking up his stats and figures earlier on, beat some massive names into this. And there is some reasons for that, we think. One of them is that the boulder set for the men's was pretty easy, and therefore tiny mistakes were punished quite harshly. But also the rain came in, we delayed things, we put it in the evening. There was a big temperature change between in the actual qualifying itself.
Yeah, totally. Like the first guys came out and did pretty well. And like you said, the round was rather easy, so they had like 4 tops. And then the rain came in, the qualification was delayed, and the later guys came out, and it was after the rain, so the temperature had dropped, and I assume that the conditions got a bit better, and it might have been an advantage for them.
I think it definitely was. I talked to this about some of the athletes. Jakob, I said, you know, do you think it made a difference? And he was like, no, look, it was just easy and I made mistakes. But it was about 10 degrees different, so I think that might have had a factor. But regardless, we've got some massive names in here. Sorato Anraku, he's here, he's qualified. Tomoe Narasaki, Toby Roberts is about, Meiichi Narasaki. I mean, the list goes on. I'm just reading a few. And we're having a look at the boulders here in front of us. And both you and me thought that apparently the route setter's easiest route we thought was the hardest route, and vice versa. So we've clearly messed this up in our reading of it.
Yeah, exactly. We turned it the other way around, but I guess the athletes will have to prove what is really the hardest and really the easiest.
Exactly. Well, this is meant to be the hardest, the one we thought was the easiest. It does start with what looks like a fairly simple move to good jugs, but then as you move left, the holds get worse. Blocked crimp there, and then the top in sight, slopey and difficult in this heat. And then the slab. And I said to you, I've given up trying to read these slabs currently because the athletes are doing different things and it never seems to go the way the route setters say.
Yeah, totally. It looks like, again, a rather slow slab, walking across on shallow volumes. And yeah, curious to see how the athletes deal with it.
And that is the background to this competition, the mountains of Innsbruck. And these are the athletes who will be competing. Yunjun Chong out first, qualifying last, Jongwon Chon's brother. And we'll talk more about him later on. And as we go down the list, a couple of surprises in amongst the big names. Colin Duffy, of course, a double gold medalist here in 2022, so this is a stadium he likes to climb in. And down the bottom, Samuel Richard. Incredible performance.
Yeah, I have to be honest, I have never heard of him before this comp, and I saw it and I was impressed. He's really young, I think it's like his first season on the World Cup circuit, and he did well in the youth, so made the transition very well.
Exactly, well, we'll have to see. It's all a bit up in the air, but the first athlete, Yunjun Chon, there he is standing in the wings. Jongwon Chon's brother. I spent some time with this man in Korea in his family's gym, and I honestly had no idea that he was coming like this. He's really quite impressive. And when you look at that Korean squad, I'm thinking Do-hyun Lee at the OQS, who did so well. This is a powerful team now.
Yeah, totally. Also with the women's, that's what I know more about. The field is getting deeper and deeper.
Well, let's see what he can do. If you're new to Boulder, let me just briefly explain the rules to you. You start at the bottom, you finish at the top. If you get to the top, that's the highest score. There's a zone on the way, that's the first scoring opportunity. To get a top, you need to match with both hands in control, and you have to start where the green lines indicate. So he goes up, and this is actually breaking the beater. The setters thought you'd go down to the palm first of all.
And then cross over with the right hand?
Exactly, yeah.
That's how I read it as well, but he was just tall enough to reach up. And already almost at the zone now.
If you can get that zone, it's pretty positive. It's not a bad hole, but he missed it.
I think it's hard to see because you're underneath the volume.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's quite blind. You're reaching above your head. It's stretched out. So John will have another look here.
Also, some people will know if you're on rock, you would just make a tick mark, so you would never miss it again, but they can't just go up and make a tick mark. That's not allowed and also not possible.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Yeah, we see that outdoors. Sometimes indoors, people put little lines to remind themselves. We're not allowed here unless the setters put it in.
Yeah, they sometimes do it, which is then quite nice. They can be mean as well if they're putting tick marks where there's nothing on it.
Well, that would be
Can be misleading.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, hello to everyone watching at home on this, what is it, Friday now? Yes, Friday afternoon. So if you're at work, put us on in the background. Cheeky AirPod in. Ignore your bosses. Listen to us. Don't turn us off. Or maybe you're having a break from climbing. Maybe you're training. Who knows? But thank you for joining us here today. 3 minutes 10 on the clock. And no observation time in semi-finals.
No, they all have to do it on their own. That's why they also have a minute more than in finals, for example. They have 5 minutes. So you could say roughly 1 minute is for observation and 4 minute climbing time.
Yeah, it's certainly challenging. Well, he goes up again onto that left hand. Big drop knee in order to press into the purple volume. And let's see if he goes a little bit further to the right with that left hand. Yes, better. But this is the section I thought looked really difficult, the moves to the right.
Yeah, also this is the steepest part of the wall.
Yeah, it's a big old move, and the setter said to me it would be tricky to do in the heat, and I sort of looked at him and then looked out at the stadium and just thought, oh my goodness.
Yeah, those volumes are really friction dependent, so they will always be sure to make them be brushed after every try.
Yeah, and it's only going to get hotter here this afternoon. There's no rain forecasted, but it's Innsbruck, so who knows?
Means nothing at all.
Nothing. Usually there's a thunderstorm or two every day, but forecasted anyway. Whether it turns up, who knows? But we got away with it yesterday for the women's semi-final. The rain arrived about 15 minutes after we finished, and it was pretty torrential as well. It was very wet.
Yeah, it would have been bad if it were during the round, but as it was, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, we got away with it. So Ijun John has just under 2 minutes left now. No zone yet.
But
actually, he should be awarded a zone, yeah.
Maybe the scores haven't just updated yet.
Yes, it's not actually updated. Can't speak this morning. It hasn't been updated on. Oh, there we go. Thank you. See, they heard us. So he gets the zone now. Presses with that right palm. Same moves from him.
Now he got it again.
Didn't look close that time.
Immediately assigns the brushers to brush again, so he's going to go for another attempt.
Yes, liquid chalk on, let that dry, have a moment's pause. No, the coaches, they unfortunately can't go into the shade of the lead wall. They have to be down at the front.
Yeah, I really feel for them sometimes. Like, also in the rain, in the sun, they're standing there for hours.
Agreed, and the judges as well, remember, they have to sit there. So hats are on, waters are out, there's a few umbrellas going on.
Yeah, he knows he needs a lot of time to get to the top, and he already has the zone. So he'll save his energy for the next 3 boulders.
Exactly. Well, first athlete done. And we start off pretty relaxed here in the semi-final as we watch some replays here. Just one athlete at a time. But as we build things up, there'll be 4 on at the same time. And then we'll calm things down towards the end where Samuel Richard will come out last. And after this, we have the, I say women's final, men's final. Last night was the women's final. And we won't give away any spoilers. But do go and watch that because it was a good one. Now this gentleman, Ard Inchumbung from Thailand. We think, and this is a stat that I can't confirm, okay, so this is just me spitballing, but I was having a chat with him in isolation. He thinks he might be the first athlete from Thailand to make a Senior World Cup IFSC semi-final. Again, can't actually confirm that yet, but...
Might very well be, yeah. You don't see a lot of people from Thailand competing anyway. And yeah, it's impressive.
It is impressive. He moved from Bangkok to the States, lives in Seattle now, part of the vertical world community out there. His 8th World Cup, and certainly an up-and-comer. So I'll have to see how he copes with this situation. But yes, and first for him, so whatever position he gets in, it will be a PB.
Yeah, he will be really happy to climb here in the semi-final. Not using the crimp. Not sure why.
Oh, it's funny. I wonder if he's... I mean, he must have seen it.
It's as if he was trying to skip it. Like, I can do it without.
Oh,
and he can do it without.
I'm thinking he must have misread that, but we'll see.
Maybe he thought he was just like a blocker for something.
Well, yeah, because right, I mean, he must see it. It does look a bit like a blocker. I went and sort of had a look around the corner just to see.
Yeah, it's really close to the wall. You can just get some fingertips in.
Missing that jib there, which I think is easy to do. You're being pushed the wrong direction as you go up. You're kind of going to cross through with that left hand. Coach down at the front. And Ard has a long look around the corner trying to figure this out.
I'm curious to see if he will try the same method again. I mean, it worked, but it can't be the easiest way. The crimp will be there for some reason.
Yes, exactly. It's fascinating. Well, let's see again. Foot up.
Now he grabs it.
There we go. Definitely easier.
Yeah, looks more comfortable now. Tries to go with the right hand.
I think he was looking to get the right and then match with the left.
I think it could work to go with your right hand to the zone, but like you said, you have to match then and reverse the position.
I think the match would send him off. It was sort of, I can imagine, as you bring that left hand in, you're going to be coming off.
Yeah.
So Ard has a look at the clock, 2 minutes 36. And if you're in Innsbruck, this semi-final is free to watch, so come on down. Finals are ticketed, and those tickets are like very precious at the moment.
Yeah, I think every round is sold out from what I heard.
That's what I've heard, yeah. It's one of the biggest events of the year here in Innsbruck, of course. So to me, really signals the start of this European season. He gets that left hand on the zone, so points on the board for him. Much better on the slope as well.
Yeah, it looked close. Like, he didn't try to release like Yushe did before, Jayu, sorry, and just went straight for the next hole. Looked promising.
It did look promising. Well, he'll have a sip of water to reset things here. To hydrate as well, but it also just stops you getting straight back onto the wall, slows you down a bit.
Yeah, it's hard. If you're the only one out there, it's your first semi-final. You don't want to be sitting around, you want to climb. But of course you have to rest.
Exactly. Well, he held it for a second, his legs spinning backwards, but it was a big ask on that sloper in this heat. So he goes again. Right hand press, he's making his first sequence look great. Left palm down, high foot, hits the jib.
Shows off some good flexibility, getting his feet up high.
Yeah, that position is awkward. As you said, it's a very overhanging bit of the wall, and you're being pushed backwards away from that corner the whole time.
Now he tried to first release the right foot, but he spinned off.
Yeah, maybe looking a bit tired now with just 1 minute to go. Not sure why we're zooming in on his knee, but there's his knee. Right. He's got to go quickly. Slightly, not mistimed it, but he went in a moment where he meant he couldn't really rest enough.
Yeah, but I think it should be enough. He's really fast to the lower section already now.
Yeah, I think it was just a foot pop before, maybe.
And then it's only 2 more moves to the top. You can do them.
So left hand on, he gets reset. He will do this jump again. Again, held it for a second before spinning.
Yeah, for a moment I thought he had it. But it was just not enough.
So Ard will leave the mats, and we start bringing in 2 athletes at a time now, so we get to see boulder number 2. This was how close he came, had the left hand on, right palm, pinching it, and then it just slipped.
Yeah, he hit it quite perfectly. Just not enough friction or pinch power there.
I think it was that legs kicking that drove him off the wall, so no go for him. There is our crowd. A lot of people climbing in the gym this morning. Must be their most profitable time of year, surely. There's so many people.
I thought about it as well, yeah. Also, everyone is staying here, drinking, eating something.
Yes, that's true.
Good days for the KI.
Okay. Junji Hu is on from China. And then Yi Jun-chon returns on Boulder 2.
Yeah, he's another really young competitor. It's his first season, third World Cup.
It's funny, we saw this in the women's competition almost before the men's, like really young women coming through, but the men's were more sort of in the 20s, and suddenly we've got 16-year-olds for the guys.
Yeah, it seemed to be kind of reversed. There were not that many new names in the women's field, but in this semi-final, a few.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the leaderboard's on the right of your screen, so those boxes get filled halfway for a zone, full way for a top, and currently Chon leading the way, but of course only a few athletes have climbed. And look at this on the left of your screen, held the zone first time.
But I think it will not be enough for him to get awarded the zone. Oh, it was, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
For long enough.
I know what you mean, yes. And we saw quite a decision last night. We saw Annie Sanders getting put from silver into bronze because of an appeal on his own.
Yeah, we were discussing it, like, should Jennifer maybe get the zone? Should Annie get the zone? Also, should Fanny get the zone, which did not make no difference in the end. But it was a hard one to judge. I'm glad I wasn't one of the judges.
Me too, and I walked past a meeting of the judges and they were discussing that and discussing consistency, and it's something they do analyse afterwards. You know, they know their big decisions, but as you said, the decision has to be made. It's sport, and therefore we can talk about referees all the time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's part of anything, isn't it? And they don't always get it right. They sometimes mess it up, but we'll see.
Yeah, in this case it was really important. It decided second and third place. And yeah, I'm sure they did their best job. Do we have to accept the decision?
Yeah, it's one of those things that happened in the moment, and then she was under appeal, and it sort of happened during the broadcast. But we need to go back and have a close look at it anyway. I said I wouldn't give away any spoilers. I just realised I spoiled something. Apologies, everyone, if you haven't seen it. But I haven't said who won.
He's in better position now to jump off.
Whoa!
And now we see the top move for the first time.
That match is tricky. Bringing the left hand into another pinch is hard.
And it's another far move to the top. There's like a little chip on the bottom of the top volume. I don't know if you're supposed to press onto it or use it with your thumb. And then go again with your right hand to the top.
Yeah, I know. It's a strange sequence, and it's going to be really powerful. That was the move. Held the pinch well, got the legs back quickly, which was important. Bit of an adjustment, bringing that left hand into a palm and then matching in. Remember, it's meant to be the easiest boulder, so we'll have to see if that comes true.
Yeah, it seems okay to get to the zone, and we'll see how many people will actually get to the top.
Yes, and it seems the setters have pressed the hard button this week, because the women's semi-final was one of the hardest rounds I've ever seen. Last night's final was pretty brutal as well, so I think they might be continuing this trend. So
Trying something different now.
And a big fall down.
Yeah, the hold he's going to is not bad, but the problem is the slippery volume underneath. This can't really stand on it or press on it. It's just too slippery.
Yeah, you can see it shining in the light there behind his head. Will go again. Changes that right hand into a down palm. Big drop knee to reach up and press. He's up to the zone now with the left hand. He did really well last time, but time is ticking away. He's only got 43 seconds.
Can catch it again. Now he's got another shot at doing the top move.
He throws all the way into the match. That's better, but your feet are so... You have to somehow put some weight through them.
That's the small tip I was talking about, using it with the thumb.
Now, to explain a rule, the top isn't on the big volume at the top, otherwise you'd be able to just press up into it. It's on the volume that's screwed onto the volume.
Yeah, exactly. So if the lower volume was marked, then you could use anything on this volume to get the top. But it's the hold on the volume, so you really have to get both hands on this one to be awarded the top.
Well, that's the shot there. You see the green line going all the way up to the second purple volume. That's what we're talking about. Well, he came close, but only going to get a zone for all that effort. It's different from, and I know a lot of people are watching this from the OQS. You know, they watched that and thought, wow, climbing's great, because, you know, it is.
Yeah. And
it's a different scoring system, so there's not two zones here. So once the athlete's got that first zone, there's no more points until the top. Tony Yoshida is out.
Yeah, it's cool to see him because he's actually more of a lead climber. He will also be competing tomorrow in the lead competition.
Yes, he's such a strong lead climber as well, so can he use some of that endurance? But look at this, powering up off that left arm. Smooth stuff so far. Peers around the corner, reach. Look at that, no, just locking off that push. I don't know what you call that, but spinning down off that left hand.
Yeah, I think he tried like Hu before, like going back with the right hand to the yellow crimp and release the foot.
Well, so Tony Yoshida will wait. Meanwhile, this is Ard on the second to last move. He's into the zone. The fact the zone is right next to the top says that this move could be pretty tricky here.
Yeah, there are no good feet. You can see him slipping off and trying to hold on.
Yeah, he's got to bring that right foot into play somehow.
I'm wondering if you can do a knee bar in the big black one with your right foot, but maybe the foot hold.
Yeah,
it's too small, too bad.
And we saw that yesterday with the women's competition.
Yeah.
A hip, a knee, a drop knee, however you wanted to do it. So Tony Yoshida made this move last time look cruisy, and he is again. Reaches up, hits the jib, or the side pull, with the left hand. But it was here he fell.
Now he managed a foot swap.
And he can swing off that pinch, that's powerful.
That will cost him power. Hope he has enough for the top now.
Well, we know he's got endurance. Has he got power endurance?
Turning the left hand to a press. I think he just missed the crimp on top.
Yeah, he was too far to the left, wasn't he? That was a strong climb from him and lots of time remaining. Let's see how close he came. So there's a yellow jib on top of that purple volume. The purple volume would count as the top, but obviously, oh, that's a bad hold.
Yeah, and also where his fingers are, there's no texture, so he's basically holding on only with his thumb.
It goes again, one hand on the top. It won't count. You have to match it with both hands and show control to get the points for it.
Yeah, I can see there's another chip on the top volume, so you would think it's not too bad of a hold, but there are no feet.
Now, I said earlier that I might be fact-checked, and I've been fact-checked. So in 2011, a gentleman someone called Punt Arika made semi-finals, so there we go. I was wrong about the first Thai athlete. Well, actually, to be fair, Ard was wrong. He was the one who told me, so I'm backing away from that claim.
You were saying you weren't sure, so
yes,
I guess that's
but
fine.
also I've been told this by a random person on the internet, so who really knows what's going on? We'll dig out that stat at some point.
But either way, it's been over a decade.
Yes, and that actually sounds more impressive, doesn't it? First Thai athlete in a decade to make semi-finals. Okay, there we go. That's dramatic enough. Well, he's flowing through these moves into the undercling with two hands, reaches out with the right, hits the zone, but no, pings the foot.
Just wanted to say he's comfortable standing on the dual decks, but still he slipped off.
I like it when we see an athlete in their first ever, semi-finals or finals, because they climb completely differently. They haven't got the experience to know what they should necessarily be doing. Oh, so Tony Yoshida holds it with one hand and makes the match. It was like he was weightless for a second there.
Yeah, just holding it with one hand, armband. That's a show of strength.
It really is. That was a great move. Well, Ard will go once more. Time is running out slowly, 46 seconds on the clock. Looks in a better position here, though. Can he just get... No. running out of steam. Sorato grabs his towel, grabs the chalk. He'll leave the mats to have a bit of a rest before the next boulder.
He does have the zone though, so 2 zones to his name.
Yeah, he's doing well. So, yeah, higher scoring round than the women's semi-final started off yesterday, which was really, really hard, as we said. So Ritsu Kayotani will come out next. That was a move from Satoni. It was like a bird. I don't, you know, you could see. I could see a. Oh, I over exaggerate. It was like a silhouette of a bird hanging. Look at that, arms wide. Brought the left in, and yeah, impressive stuff.
Yeah. Also, this top move is not a good crimp. It's really flat.
Beautiful stuff. Well, he gets.
He is happy.
What a celebration. So Ritsu Kayotani is out. He was 16th at his last World Cup in Kaikou in China. He's wearing trousers. He's mad. And he gets his semi-finals underway. The clock starts ticking.
Quickly getting into the boulder. Only 20 seconds on the mat and he's already in.
Yeah, he had to search for the jib though. Finds it. So we have our split screen now, all but boulder 4 in action.
Gets the zone first try.
Brings the feet through, pinching with the right. Goes up to a big pinch, but comes down. Yujun Chon is back on boulder 3.
Good first try from Ritsu.
Yeah, it was. I think that beginning must be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, but he also managed to like swap the feet and get into the right position.
It's just the angles of it. I mean, I went and stood right underneath that boulder and sort of got myself into where the position would be, and it's one of those nasty moves where your back is arched out, you're being pushed away from the wall. It's not as easy as they're making it look. Look at Chon on the right of your screen. Now, this is meant to be the hardest boulder here.
Yeah, it's for sure a very complex move. You have to jump over further to the zone and then lean into it and catch a foot on the big volume before. So a lot of things going on at the same time.
And facing away from the swing until the very last moment, only then do you flick your head around, so...
Not using the lower foothold. Maybe we'll see that again.
Good spot. You mentioned something yesterday I wanted to ask you about, by the way. Where you know, you talked about the Austrian training facility. Because I thought it was here that you guys do all your training.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is it. So when you said
exactly.
There's the no-foot section.
We have like a new slab area.
Okay.
So we rebuilt some slabs, and also if you've been to the upper bouldering wall, that's where we removed the campus board and built a slab, put the slab there.
Got you.
But yeah, like everyone living here in Innsbruck, which is almost the whole team, we're all just training here, basically.
This is your home, isn't it?
Yes.
So Ritsu reaches up into a pinch. Yeah, you're right about that crimp. It's super slopey on top. Yeah, he makes it work. There'll be another top for boulder 1.
Makes it look easy. Kept his foot. And I think that was his second try only. So he moves to the top of the score.
Yes, exactly. So doing a boulder quickly in as few attempts as possible is the best way. If you flash it or do it the first time, you'll be bumped higher up the leaderboard. And countback starts to come in here. So if there are draws with scores, we look back to previous rounds.
Not here, because we had 2
yes, sorry, four later rounds, I mean.
Yes.
So this is why semi-final is important, because it's not just about getting through to the finals, it's about where you come, because when countback can matter, then it's vital to get up the leaderboard.
We've also seen it in the league competition a few times. If the finals route is too easy and several people top, the semi-final counts, or even the qualifications in this case.
That's exactly. So the athlete's got to be switched on right from the go here. That was a big move, lands on his own brush. Gets back to his feet though. Yeah, jumping up to an undercling is difficult because you've got to commit to it. You're flinging your body upwards.
Yeah, and then catching it while standing on nothing doesn't make it easier.
Coming up to a minute to go here. Chon starts this swing back and forth, the head changing direction, launches. Yeah, that complicated movement. Look at this Moho, he's in.
Now he also gets the zone.
It's that slippery volume,
yes.
isn't it? Yeah, the leaderboard on the right will flick through as the athletes get upgraded.
Took him 9 tries to get his first jump done. And that's where people collect a lot of attempts on these jumps, and that's what the route setters use to separate the athletes.
So he's up into that big side pull once more. Matches underneath, falls. Well, he's smiling, and I think, yes, about to say 24 seconds, not a lot of time on that powerful boulder, but John still goes for the swing. I think he's going to be done too. Yes, he is. So zone on boulder 2, a top on boulder 1. The boulder 3, nothing there. Wow, I swear we looked away and turned back, and now everyone's in the stadium. It's filled up here, which is a testament to how good this comp is, because it's a beautiful day here, and a lot of people are choosing to spend their afternoon with us, which is great.
Yeah, Innsbruck is really a climbing enthusiastic city. You see so many people driving around the city with their climbing shoes on their backpacks and stuff, or ropes.
That is so true. I spotted that as well. People with bouldering pads in, and no one looks as well. You know, if it was in London or something, people would be like, what is that person doing? But here it's normal. Right, Meiichi Narasaki comes out. Brother of Tomoe Narasaki. Very different styles between the two brothers. Meiichi, taller, loves dynamic moves. In Salt Lake, I was watching him in the commercial gym across the road, just like jump across whole sections of the overhanging wall, just playing around, you know. It was incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy that these two brothers can be so different in their styles and both be so successful and good climbers.
Agreed. Oh, he's not. There's the jib. That jib is kind of blind because you are, again, that corner makes it awkward.
Yeah, that you have to remember from the ground where it is.
Although there's quite a lot of chalk developing where the jib is, that will give him an idea now.
Yeah, now he just wanted to move his right foot up, but the upper part of this volume is slippery.
So, Ard is down on boulder 3. Boulder 2 is Satomi Yoshida. Meiichi on boulder 1. We'll see the slab next. And Ard bumps up that left hand. He's into the swinging position. He's just doing the top hold, not using the bottom. And I guess that allows him to face the direction he's jumping. Oh, fully missed the wall.
Sliding way off. He also landed with his right foot, which looks strange, but maybe it feels good.
Yeah, I guess if he landed his left foot, you'd be more into the wall in the position right. Yeah. You're sort of turning away always.
So I would think you would want your left foot there, because you have to turn all the way with the hip to the right side to catch the zone hold.
All right, well, Meiichi launches into the pinch. Puts some weight through that right toe, adjusts, brings the hand all the way through. He's a couple of moves away now. This floating move up to the bad crimp that is kind of blind. No, he hits it, but comes down.
It looked like he was a bit too high. And yeah, again, you can't see this crimp from below.
So interesting, yeah, this was the jump. That's the horrible thumb underneath. He was into it as well.
Yeah.
Close, the crowd know what they're watching here, which is one of the best things about this comp.
Now he was like hitting everything, right foot, left foot, and already had a hand on his own hold. I think that's the method.
So, Ard will go again with 2 minutes on the clock. So, Satomi Yoshida is resting in the middle, swinging those hands back and forth. Powerful moves on boulder number 2. And Ard not really making progress yet on this jump. Needs to learn the movement quickly here. That's better, as I said it, there we go. Jumps over. Now, but from here on, the holds just get progressively worse.
Yeah, I think it's not over once you get the zone hold.
No, it's halfway done, isn't it? That right hand terrible and blocked. Slopey pinch on the left. top of that boulder's challenging too. I don't think you can stop maybe on the second one.
I read it as another double jump, going left-right.
Meichi has another chance here. He's in underneath the boulder, presses into the thumb. He'll do this bump out, resets himself, goes and reaches. That's a smart way to use his height there.
Yeah, he turned his left hand all the way. He was almost like just sitting on his foot.
Yeah, it was well figured out for him, so he leaves with the top.
Japanese seem to like the first boulder. 3 tops from 3 Japanese.
Yes, every nationality seems to have a style, and Japan tend to flow through moves like this.
Yeah, they're really good in those movement problems. Also in the powerful ones. They don't seem to have that many weak spots.
No, agreed. Hard is in once more. He's learned that jump now, much better, but he hasn't given himself a lot of time here. This will be his last attempt on boulder 3. Pinching with both feet, hits the slope. Yeah, you're right about the double jump, I think.
Yeah. But the foothold he's generating from is really small and slippery.
Another round done. The brushers get 15 seconds in order to clean the boulders for the athletes. The athletes clear the stage. That rule, a bit of a change. They used to come on at the beginning, but it was a bit carnage as athletes were running back and forth, so much better like this.
Yeah, I think this was a real improvement, this 15-second break, because it was getting dangerous at some point. People jumping off from the boulder and the new people already running in.
Yeah, I agree. It's, you know, everyone wants to just get on with it and climb, so a bit of pause. Right, Dayan Akhtar from GB is out.
Our first European competitor.
True, yes. Pretty big GB squad here. Lucy Garlick missed out on semis the other day. Toby Roberts is through later on. Hamish is round and about, but he messaged me saying he'd like to do some commentating later on, so I don't think he's competing this weekend.
He might need a rest after qualifying for the Olympics last weekend.
I think he deserves it, doesn't he, really?
Definitely.
But we saw quite a few athletes getting into finals yesterday from that OQS, so everyone choosing to rest in different ways. Maybe this is restful for some of them, I don't know. Dayan up onto the left-hand crimp, resets though, has a bit of a shakeout before committing to the move. Loses his feet but manages to hold it.
Looking good, already at the last move.
So match is in. Couple of moves away, nasty undercling to come. He's
not sure about his method. I think he looks about trying to turn his left hand.
He's gonna fall here, he's just hung around too long. Of course, every little micro adjustment you do with that, your hands get sweatier, there's less grip, so you don't want to hang around on slopers like that.
Especially in this heat out there.
Coach is down at the front, hopefully with some sun cream on. Brits aboard and all that. Don't want to see any pink faces out there. Yijun Chon is on boulder 4. We haven't talked at all about this slab, but I'm going to keep an eye on it now. Kao Tani there will reset as well.
Yeah, he already did the first jump, but couldn't get much more.
Yeah, he's got a top of the zone currently and is on top of the leaderboard. We're looking for just 6 athletes to make it through to tonight's final. Big cut from the semi-finals, big cut from quali to here as well, but this is always the hard one. Right, let's have a look at the slab on the right, shall we? So he gets stood up. Into position, changes the feet, and then one of those drop-down moves where it's so easy to slide off and bang yourself on the volumes.
Also still quite a way to go to the zone, which is again the last move, last hold before the top.
Dayan will go again into the side pull crimp. Palming down, adjusting the feet. This drop and he gets you into a good position in that box. Look on the boulder 2 though, so Kotani is underneath, goes up, better from him.
Yushe looking good on the jump already. He can now catch the feet on the volume before.
Yeah, so it's starting to come together now as athletes figure out the beta. This is the slab we're talking about, so you've got to go all the way to the left to that.
Tries to find something to crimp behind the volume.
Yeah, the classic tactic, isn't it? Can I put my nails in? I hate seeing it, to be honest. It gives me the creeps.
Yeah, true, but yeah, you just tried everything when you're out there.
Yeah, it's sometimes necessary, but maybe just me. Look at Boulder 3 as well, just not getting the range on that yet. John will go once more here. Less than a minute. And he hasn't got any zones apart from the top one, and definitely not going to be enough here. He's already in 7th outside of the finals, unless he does something to put him up into the top 6 now. Diane keeps losing his legs.
Powerful way to do this.
He's done it multiple times as well.
Yeah, now again, the last section. The best way is now turning the left hand and going again with the right hand.
Oh, he held it for a long second, but no.
And it's not enough time to give it another go. It's too powerful of a boulder.
12 seconds to go in this round. Oh, comes down hard on Boulder 3. They're going to hear the buzzers with 5 seconds to go. There it is. That will be it for the round. Diane and the slow motion, your big screen. Disappointment from him. Wanted to get that done and came really close to it.
Yeah, it's always so mean if you know one more try and you're sure you could have done it, but your time's over.
Yeah, that's the game, isn't it? It sounds like a long time, 5 minutes to climb a boulder. It's really not. And it doesn't always have to be the hardest of technicality. I remember Aseta telling me that boulder in semis was kind of like 7A to 7B level. It was just really weird, you know, and it can happen like that.
I'm not sure if I can believe that they're really just 7B.
Well,
these guys are really strong, but yeah, of course, there's always also the element of reading it and doing it in 5 minutes.
Remember that boulder in Hachiochi, the jump for the men's in the final, where no one could do it. Once they were told how to do it, they did it in their trainers. You know,
yeah.
Sometimes it's just figuring out how. And
yeah,
that's hard to do.
It's a big part of solving this problem.
Yeah. Andrzej Pahak reaches up. He was another one at OQS. I think some of the athletes, you know, they put Innsbruck into their calendar because if you did qualify, it sort of makes sense to come here and carry on that sort of comp process. You're in the flow of it. Obviously, Andrzej not getting through.
Yeah, it's not a combined format, but it's another chance to do lead and bouldering in one competition.
Yeah, a lot of people excited for lead. Tomorrow we start, including yourself.
Yes, really excited.
We can see the qualifying routes. They're up on the wall. Everyone has been looking at them. I saw you earlier having a look.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, a giant wall in Innsbruck. The lead wall was used for the paraclimbing comp the other day, which you can actually go back and watch for free on YouTube. It was a good one. Same with the European Speed on Monday, which seems like a long time ago now.
So much happened in between already, yeah.
It does. It's been the busiest 2 weeks in climbing of the summer for sure, with the OQS leading into this.
Yeah. And it's not much time until the next comps already.
Nope, Chamonix coming soon after that. So you have to come to my hometown at that point. I've been to yours here, then you have to come over to ours.
Gladly, I will.
Are you competing at the rest of the comps of the season, so Briançon, Chamonix, all that? Or
I know I'm like until the European Championships, and the rest just depends on how the next comps go, and then it will be decided.
Yeah, we've got Copper, and then we finish off in Korea. Andrzej is through here, matches, pinching, good strength from him as he adjusts the hands. Comes up into that palm with a thumb engaged.
Here, see the turning of the left hand, which makes you go statically to the top.
How did he hold? He wasn't on the jib there. He wasn't on the crimp when he made the first move.
I think he had so much like weight on his left hand, pressing down, that they don't have to jump for the top. And then it would maybe be even possible without a chip.
Yeah, maybe. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. Look, he missed it entirely.
Yeah, he readjusted. Now he's on the chip.
Well saved. Ard is on the slab down on the right. Tony Yoshida is on boulder number 3. Meichi on boulder number 2. Andrzej here, getting it done, celebrating with the crowd. Good work from him.
Yeah, he's another one of those athletes coming from Budapest, not having made it to the Olympics.
Yeah, and for some people, I think it's been a bit of a relief almost because, oh, look at this from Ard. I'll be quiet for a sec here. Bumps that left foot over. Currently sitting in 5th now. Trusting that left foot is...
Jumping up on one foot.
I don't know how he made that stick. No, and saved it. Oh. That's wild
It looked like he was surprised he was still on, that he jumped off.
Meiji falls from the last move as well. It's all go here. Yeah, for some athletes it looks like, you know, all that pressure from the OQS, obviously huge disappointment for those who didn't get through, but it's like they're rediscovering that they quite like climbing again.
Also, for some of those athletes, they did a discipline they never really wanted to do. So many do have a preferred discipline, and I think like Anje, his is for sure bouldering, and he'll just be glad to be in a just bouldering comp, and yeah, what is done is done. The Olympic qualifying is over.
Yes, exactly. You can just sort of, return to what you're really good at.
Yeah.
Not for all of them though. We have some future Olympians here. And it's been one of those comps because if you do well here and you're climbing in Paris, hang on, we'll just watch for Meiji as he matches underneath. He's, oh no, surprised that foot popped. Yes, if you're climbing the Olympics and you do well here, obviously it gives you a confidence boost, but it's a risk because if you do badly, it's going to shake your confidence. And someone like Oriane, I'm thinking, you know, not making it through, you wonder if she can pick herself up from this because this is the last chance she'll have to practice boulder at this level.
Yeah, it's true, but maybe she felt good on the wall and it just didn't came together in semi-finals, so...
Ard gets that slab done. Great climbing from him. He figured it out throughout the 5 minutes. And his first boulder top in a World Cup semi-final. Awesome from him. So 3 zones at the top.
All the zones. Could be worth something.
Definitely. One to watch here. Well, 2 tops. Let's see how he did it. Great on his feet.
Shaking, but still on the wall.
Innsbruck slabs, you just have to believe, don't you, that somehow it's going to work out.
That's a great way to end your first semi-final.
Yes, it is, and you can see how much it meant for Team Thailand there. We need a World Cup in Thailand. I'm going to push for this quite hard. It's a great place to go rock climbing.
It's not hot enough here for you.
No.
So we're going to Thailand
It's
now.
the lack of beaches, I'm afraid. We're very landlocked here.
That's true.
You know, if it could just be near a beach, that'd be wonderful. Right, Toby Roberts gets going. He's down the order in terms of qualifying, but as we said, it was a weird qualifying round, so don't read too much into that.
And the margins are so small. It could be just a few tries separating the first from the 10th.
Exactly. But Toby is deep into Olympic prep here. One of 4 GB members who have made it through. Cruising at the moment. Look at this. And look at Boulder 2 as well. Diane Akhtar is 1 move away from the top.
And so is Toby. Turning his left hand now into pressing, which we saw was quite a good idea.
Hits the right hand, makes the match.
It's a flash, I think.
It is a flash. Toby gets it done quick. And already that bumps him up to 5th.
Also a flash on Boulder 4. We missed that.
On Boulder 4? Oh, is that a replay?
That's what they said.
I think he...
But maybe they had a wrong graphic there.
Yeah, so maybe keep an eye on it. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to know what's a replay, what's not with the scoreboard ticking through. But that was Toby's top, though. That's his dad and coach down in the front, filming Toby's regular YouTube series, which you can watch on his channel. And he's done a bit for us for the Climbing Club, which is our daily show. And Toby did a feature in Salt Lake showing his journey to the competition, how he got there. I told him to film all the boring bits we don't normally see. So it's just Toby at the airport looking a bit jet-lagged, but I really enjoyed it, kind of an insight.
I love those vlogs, just watching people in their everyday life.
Because it is real. I think people, you get in your head that everyone's flying around the world in business class, and reality is it's a lot of people in economy, and me included on this one.
Same here.
Yeah, arriving in countries exhausted and having to sort of, well, me talk, which is easier, but you climb, which is definitely harder. There is Kayotani, re-chalking, having a look. Diane falls on Boulder 2.
Immediately back on the wall, not even chalking up.
Yeah, I think he needs to take a water break here, have a moment. Kayotani starts this swing. Look at the slab then. We saw how bad it was from the side shot with the feet. Every time I come to Innsbruck, I get put off slabs more. They just seem to set the hardest slabs here, and it just, oh.
Yeah, to be honest, slabs are one of the reasons I'm not in bouldering World Cups anymore.
Really? Is that?
Yeah, definitely.
Why?
I just can't get the motivation to train them, and I'm really bad at them. And they are really important in comps.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I'm in agreement. Slab climbing is brilliant, don't get me wrong, but it's one of those really fiddly things to do, and the margins are tiny. Diane hits the top hold and comes down. Yeah, but the people who are good at it, I'm thinking Mao Narasaki during the Nakamura during the semi-finals, incredible from her.
That really, she was the only one going to the zone, and she made it look so easy.
Yeah, and everyone was talking about it. And a slab can go from something sort of slow and sometimes a bit, difficult to watch into this wonderful piece of movement. So I do appreciate it.
I like watching it.
Yes, exactly.
I just must not be the one doing it.
Yeah, from afar, it's wonderful. Well, flash on Boulder 1, as you can see. Everyone else in action. Coming up to the minute mark now. Final climb for Eugen John. Diane on the top. So wonderful. Diane's one move away here.
It's so heartbreaking to watch. Every time they move to the top, just a foot slip and they're off.
I guess you take a bit of weight off the foot by reaching up that high, and that's what goes.
Well, it's like a clock ticking down. After some time, you're just off. So it seems on this slab as well.
Oh, here, trying to sort his feet out, puts the foot on top of the volume. There's a little bit of friction to be had, but not too much, no. And his comp will be done outside of the top 6 of just 2 zones. So there's our crowd. Yeah, as I said, people have been filtering in the morning. It's nice to start at 1 o'clock, actually. It sort of feels like just an ease our way into the climbing day. Things ramp up at pace. The finals tonight. So Gregor Vazonik, great to see him climbing again. He just is a lovely guy to talk to. There's always a smile on his face, a bit of a cheeky smile usually. And nice to see him here back in Innsbruck.
Slovenia and Japan out of the mats right now.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, Anje, his teammate in Boulder 2. Meichi on Boulder 3. So Tony on Boulder 4.
Yeah, everyone we saw going up with the right hand didn't do it. Also for the next moves, it's not the best idea.
No, it's not. I just think the match is going to be really difficult to do with that. I think it probably makes this reach a bit easier, but it just sets you in the wrong direction.
Yeah, because they're still with the left hand on the crimp below, so they don't want to leave it. And Meichi almost did the jump on this go.
Yeah, his hand stuck for a moment before going. Oh, Ard still on top of the leaderboard. Not bad for a debut semi-final halfway through. Lots of athletes to come. Samuel Richards climbing last game before that, Sorato Anraku. That's our top 3.
Also, I think Art touched every top hold. Just couldn't hold on to all of them.
Plants that left foot. Pushes away from the blue volume. Oh, that jump is really risky. I guess it does allow you to quickly move your feet rather than trusting the rubber with every small movement.
It's going really slowly towards the zone hold.
This isn't bad, so making progress from Satoni.
And the top hold is good, so he just has to get the height and catch it.
Oh, the left foot goes, couldn't save it. Look at Boulder 1 as well. Gregor is one move away here.
He hasn't turned the left hand. He does it now.
And instantly moves better, doesn't he? Straight away, hits the jib, the fingers will stick, he'll make the match. Well, Boulder 1, number 1, becoming pretty important to send here.
Yeah.
I think the setters might have been right, annoyingly enough.
Yeah, so far they prove us wrong.
Meichi as well, look, he's on the final moves of Boulder 3. Let's see a replay on your main screen. Meichi falls.
Yeah, so the second to last hold on Boulder number 3. It's just to get some more swing towards the top, but I think you can't stop or hold it.
That was the match. Pounding the wall in celebration. And you have got to be careful with pounding the wall like that, because you do need to make sure the match is solid before you start taking your hand off and hitting the wall. Anjay, one move away.
Exactly, yeah. You match, afterwards you can do what you want. You
Yes.
can celebrate, you can pound the wall, but you have to wait for the signal of the judges that you have had the top holding control.
If you're just holding in one hand and you're hitting the wall with the left, that's not going to count as control. Although it's obvious you've done the boulder, the rules are the rules, so yeah, you've got to watch it. Oh wow, how did he save that?
Now he's at the last move. Just not enough height to grab the edge.
He goes straight back onto the wall, second to chalk up. Clearly not feeling too tired, and the last boulder as well, so important for him. There was the foot position, jumped that right foot up onto the top. As much rubber as possible down onto it.
Yeah, you want to get as much surface area between your foot and the volume as possible. And he's going to give it another go. Nothing to lose.
Oh, but he is starting to rush now. That's the danger, isn't it? Especially on low percentage moves, rushing does not help. Gets the left foot in, misses now. I think he's definitely done. Anjay as well goes zone.
Maybe he's giving it another go. He's not done yet. But in this bowler, you can do it with another go with 15 seconds.
No, now he drops down. So 2 zones and a top and a no zone. That's the scores on the doors.
No, he also has to.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry. The zone gets awarded. Well, half the athletes have climbed, but we're not halfway through yet. A long way to go here in the semi-final. Tonight at 7:30 is the men's final. We have the next athletes to come out here. Yuji Fujiwaki for Japan runs on. And I want to talk about a press conference, which I know sounds boring, but it was a brilliant press conference, because last night at 6 p.m. the official announcement came from the IFSC about paraclimbing being in LA 28. So excited about that one.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, we don't have that many comps together with the paraclimbers, but when it is, I always enjoy watching them. It's impressive what they can do, and they also were in the gym this week, and I saw some of the Japanese blind guys on the kilter board, and that's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
It's
really
insane. Like, I tell this story during the paraclimbing comp, but I was in Thailand with the Japanese para team, and they were on sighting or no sighting, 7B, 7C routes on lead. It was incredible. They're so strong.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Right, Yuji Fujiwaki is into the zone first time, but can't hold the pinch.
He looks like he wants to get straight back on. They always seem to have so much energy, those Japanese guys. Great to watch.
Okay, so on the slab now. He's trying to crimp the edge of the wall.
Yeah, like between the panels.
Loses his number board. Number board? What is that called, that thing?
Bib number?
Bib number. Thank you, number board. It's gone. So Diane's on boulder number 3 here. Now it's handing down the end, and Toby Roberts on boulder 2.
Trying the press method, which we haven't seen so far.
Yeah, Toby's only had 1 climb so far from that first boulder, having to work a little harder on boulder 2. Going again on the slab, pops the foot. Yuji once more, palming up, pressing into the top of those purple volumes. Hits the left side pull. It's a good hold, but it's all about this next hold. Feet swing and he holds it well, adjusts and gets the right foot engaged.
He struggles to hold on to this volume.
Bad hold, he's super low on it. It's going to go a long way. Yeah, he needed to get himself a better set, I think.
Yeah. We saw everyone who got in a better position there, turning their left hand, had much easier time getting the top hold.
Oh, this was the move. Yeah, his weight was too far to the left. And he popped the thumb as he went.
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, you know, if you're going to try to jump off that thumb, that's definitely a risk that might happen.
But he knows how to get there, so maybe next try, we'll try something else.
Our stage is filled with blue. Blue from Japan, blue from Great Britain. You could just see the lead wall in the background there, peeking out, waiting for us tomorrow. Busy day tomorrow. We've got the qualifying and we've got the semi-finals in the evening. Sunday, more of a relaxed day, just finals to finish things off here in Innsbruck. Diane Akbar, good. Looked right, went left, couldn't make the move.
It's to try again to crimp the edges of the wall.
Oh.
It seems to help him somewhat.
Yeah, apparently so, but wow, there's nothing there.
Creeping towards the zone.
Okay, Tani, that will upgrade him into first place above Ard because of attempts, but no, he can't finish it off.
Yeah, Ard just jumped from this position and Ritsu now tried to get his second foot to the volume as well.
Yeah, crossed up. Big fall down. He landed in an okay position. Chalk all over him as he stands up.
That's another thing. Those mats get much more dirty during the round, so you really have to be careful to brush your feet off before you get on the wall.
Yes, you don't want chalk. You want chalk in your hands, but not your feet. It can kind of roll off. Although, weirdly, and I've never quite worked this out, speed climbers tend to chalk up their toes and their feet sometimes. I just don't know why. I need to check that one. Diane goes again, 6 seconds, surely not enough time. He wants the zone, though.
That's optimistic, yeah.
No. Well, showing willing for sure, right to the very last second. And no score. Elias will be out next from Germany. Do you get a lot of German athletes coming here? Because fairly close geographically.
Yeah, totally. Also for the lead climbing, like many of them live in Munich, so that's a 2-hour drive, and they come here for 1 or 2 days.
It took me 5 hours on the train the other day. It's a 2-hour drive. I chose the wrong form of transport. There is Elias.
Also, Elias and Lucia have been here a lot of times.
Yeah, I saw Lucia the other day in the cafe, looking pretty relaxed, as you would be as a future Olympian. Oh, just holds that right foot. It's slipping away, though. Now gets the left on.
Yeah, his last comp was the German Championships 2 weeks ago, where he came second to just Yannick Flo here, so I think he's in shape.
Yes, absolutely. 2 strong men in Team Germany's squad. Up into the palm. He's not using the thumb in there, just palming off it.
Turning the left hand.
Oh, he does that statically. Yes, I think you're right. He is in shape.
Yeah, that was a flash. Perfect start.
To do that statically, that takes a lot of strength, and that leaves me super happy as he runs off. And now kicking. That's a weird method to do that. He's not really swinging, it's more kind of a quick kick and go.
Maybe he feels like he can swing better with the right hand still on the crimp, so he can pull on it.
One move away here, no, wrestling his way around that massive black volume.
He also seems like he's enjoying himself. Sitting down, facing the crowd.
He is, well, let's watch Elias again here, if we can. Yeah, so this was the powerful move I was talking about. Just use the palm, that's powerful enough, but look, Once he'd wrapped that hand, there's no pop, he just stretched into it.
Yeah, it was just the turning of the hand. It looked hard and strenuous, but once he had it, he didn't look in doubt.
Fingers on the jib at the top, made the match. Good work from him. So Meiji on the far right is into the middle of the slab, his last climb of the competition. He's up in 4th at the moment, would like to put a bit more distance on that score, get another top. Hasn't got the zone either. Anže is resting on boulder 3. We're watching more replays of Elias there, celebrating with the coaches as well. There is Meiji. Needs a zone, really. That would help. You're leaving yourself pretty open to some risks if you don't. And as we said, big names. Colin Duffy, he's coming up.
Trying another method now.
That does look better, doesn't it, I think? I think you can control it better.
You called it.
There we go.
He's chosen not to use the foothold, just standing on the volume.
Palming in, almost getting a hip engaged. Maybe had to be a bit more dynamic through that top.
Yeah, I think you will want to go 1-2 straight to the top.
Meiji should have a zone now. I'll wait for that score to be confirmed. Hasn't yet. He's moved his feet around. Jumps for the top. Ah, forget the zone. It's a top for Meiji. So that will jump him right up to the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, first one getting 2 tops.
Well, I'll have to wait and see if it's enough. I think Gregor had a knee bar in for a sec, possibly. He was pressing something in. Maybe it was just the angle he was in. Meiji's breathing really hard as he leaves the stage.
It's often crazy how out of breath you can get on his lap. Although I feel like with me it's only just holding the breath because I'm too scared of slipping off.
I was about to say, yes, you don't really want to be breathing that much, do you? Breathe yourself off the boulder. 50 seconds on the clock. Anže will go again. Starts this rock back and forth. High kick and a flick. Springs back to his chalk bag.
Also Gregor's on the last move.
I have no idea how that last move gets done.
He looks as if he had his leader.
No. 23 seconds. There is time for this.
Maybe he'll now just jump for it.
Well, he'll leave the stage with a nod. 6 seconds left. Everyone done. A flash of top and 2 zones will finish our round. Tomoe Narasaki will be out next. He won the first comp of the year. That gold. He's building up towards the Olympics, qualified in Bern. And I keep leaving him out of the conversation when I keep talking about Olympic podiums. And I think Tomoe has a real chance.
Yeah, definitely. I think he was also a favorite at the last ones already because he mastered speed climbing that well.
Exactly. And I know that he wants revenge for the last Olympics.
Definitely. And he's a really good lead climber as well, so I don't see why he shouldn't be
exactly.
on the podium.
I think it's because, you know, he qualified so early that all our focus has been on the athletes who haven't qualified.
Yeah, true. But yeah, the sign that he qualified this early means that he was one of the best 3 on this comp.
Exactly that, yes. Plus, I love watching Tomoe climb.
Yeah, definitely. Also, his lead climbing style is so cool. It's not like slow as with many other lead climbers. He's just like on the bouldering wall, on the lead wall as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he just goes, doesn't really stop, climbs pretty quickly. Toby starts his swing on boulder 3. Tomoe falls. Toby latches it.
I think he flashed his move.
I think he did too. Wow. Well, he's been practicing those coordination moves.
Second go, so not many tries for this first move.
Stretches up. He's going to get a top. As I said, he's going to get a top. He doesn't.
He seems surprised he almost had it.
Yeah, that right hand hung there for a sec. There is a knee bar there.
Yeah.
You know? But the thing is, I think it's okay to get it, but the second you move, it kind of gets in the way, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe you can just reach out with your fingers towards the top if you have it in.
Oh, and keep it in. Yeah, that's a good point.
And not even grab the top hold.
This was Toby coming close. Left hand, right hand. It looked like he was in. Oh, it just pinged, didn't it?
Yes. I think with a bit more height.
So Tomoa reaching up into the crimp again, pressing with the palm.
I think he'll now try to also swap the feet.
Hard to hold that left hand with a move like that. Let's see if Toby can flash. Yeah, well, not flash, do the move again. He does. Now, has he made an adjustment? I think he just got a bit unlucky on the top. No. Power could be a problem now. Look, he was lower that time.
Yeah. Also, I think it's good to stand on top of the left volume with your left foot. He's not the tallest of athletes, so it might be better for him. But there's time enough.
Absolutely. Dayanaka cleans up the holds. 2 minutes 20 on the clock. Do the neighbours around the gym ever complain about the noise?
I think, do you remember one year where the men's finals was interrupted for rain and then we had to cancel a boulder? It was because they have to stop like being loud at some time.
Okay.
So I guess yes.
I was just wondering because we certainly create quite a ruckus here, don't we?
I think they should all just get a free ticket for finals and no one would complain.
Yeah. Well, there we go. You can turn up. No, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I'll be in a lot of trouble. So Tomoa with 1:40 to go. Hasn't quite figured it out yet. He's got the zone. It's the next bit which is causing him some problems. So more than halfway through now. My name is Matt Group. I'm joined by Mattia Pozzi here in the commentary box, and we're watching the men's Boulder semi-final. Last night was the women's final, a great round. As we're coming into the last few days of this competition, Lead is coming next. And a lot of athletes competing in that because the first proper Lead World Cup of the year, I'd say. Because we had one in China, of course, but it felt like a bit of a weird one, that.
Yeah, but like a prequel and now it's the real start of the season.
Yeah, it usually begins here historically, so yeah, we return to normality. Chamonix after that, Briançon to come, Copper, and then South Korea to finish things off.
And also 2 more bouldering World Cups, which is also unusual.
Yes.
Prague and Seoul.
Oh yes, I forgot all about Prague, of course, yeah, it's Prague. Yeah, last year it was the first time we went there. Adam Ondra's return to comp climbing. He's a bit of a celebrity in Prague, it turns out.
I think he's a celebrity everywhere in the climbing world.
Who knew? Yeah, the queue to get his autograph was enormous last year. Yeah, so looking forward to returning to Prague. I want to go to Prague Zoo. I've heard it's a good one. Maybe I'll go on my day off. Oh, bumping into the wall, Toby.
He was so close, like 3 times on the top hold, but couldn't make it work.
Yes, it's hard, isn't it? When you get no more points for touching the top hold and you do just the zone, and you've burnt a bit of energy in skin.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you keep going, but it's just, yeah, it's hard.
And he really got that first move dialed. He could repeat it several times.
I think if Toby could make it, I mean, there's quite a few athletes where, you know, the ones who are building up to the Olympics, if they can get through a round without injury, you know, learn some things, I think they take that as a success. Of course they want to win, but there's a bigger picture here. So here is Thomas from France, beginning his round.
Also, just his second World Cup and second semi-final. Good consistency already.
Yes. It's been a great year for this. I get the feeling there's a bit of a changing of the guard going on right now. You know, we know some athletes, because they've told us, are moving away from the competition, and then suddenly we're seeing you people come through. It's an exciting time to be part of the sport.
Also because we all just hope that in the next Olympics the disciplines will be split again.
Would you like that? Would you?
Yeah,
I mean, for you, because you're more of a lead climber. So.
I think it's better because then you really see the best boulders, best lead climbers and best speed climbers. And this also allows the youth already to specialize in something because they guess they don't need to do the combined format later on.
See, I agree with you, but really enjoy the combined format, just in terms of like it's exciting all the way through. There's always something to sort of watch. There's a lot of intrigue that goes on. I think I'd like to see 4 categories.
Yeah, we can still do the combined one if we have the single disciplines.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind.
Spread it out a little bit, have a few days off in the middle. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where the sport goes with that. There is a bit of a hero on your main screen. Jakob Schubert didn't make it through. Didn't seem too disappointed. I mean, obviously he would have liked to have come, but was quite accepting that things happen.
Yeah, I think he knows he's fit, he feels well, and there's still a lead.
Elias, with 3 minutes 10 to go, is towards the last move. Is he going to get this knee bar? No, he falls. Yeah, there's a long interview coming with myself and Jakob in today's climbing club, World Climbing Club, I should say, as well as the highlights from this semi-final and highlights from the finals later on. Always good to catch up with Jakob. Gregor Vazonik was on boulder number 3, and then Ange is finishing off his comp here on the slab.
Yeah, with a quick top on the slab, Anže could move into first position. But he might have had too many tries already for that.
Yeah, he's down in 6th at the moment, so he'd like something for his score. I'm not sure that's going to stay like that. Meiichi Narasaki is beginning to look more solid, but still big names to come. Thomas is on boulder number 1, asking for a brush here. We stick with Ange on main screen as he hits that left foot well, pressing with the right arm. Crimping the top of the volume, or with the thumb anyway, just to change the feet.
Looks like he doesn't have enough space for his second foot on the volume. That's why he jumped up a bit now.
Yeah, we've seen a few athletes jump that left foot up into position. I mean, to me, the way he's doing it is the way I think it would be done.
Yeah. Just fiddling his second foot underneath the first one. Yeah, Thomas not getting on with the first boulder, and like it looks, you have to do the first one in order to have a chance for finals.
I love the fact that Jakob will be just talking about climbing out there. You know, he'll be sitting with every athlete, bending their ear about the moves and how they did it, what they should have done. He just loves it.
Yeah, he's just so into the sport. It's great to see.
Yeah, it is. His sister Hannah Schubert is commentating next to us in the box. She was with me all last week for the OQS. She's on Austrian TV. If you don't want to listen to me and Mattia here in the commentary box, which, come on, why would you not want that?
Also, you need to be a German speaker in order to listen to her.
Exactly. So if you want that, though, you go over to Austrian TV, but she's with us next door. Thomas launches. Oh, that's a nasty fall. I think he's okay. Maybe winded himself slightly there. We'll take a sec, because he really landed right in his front. Oh, someone else drops down. Who's that? Elias.
Yeah.
That was a big fall from Thomas. And 9 seconds to go, he's going to call it. Yeah, I would too.
Also, he will know that this boulder has been topped a lot of times before him.
Let's see this fall. I think he's okay, but yeah, it was just everything went at the same time. He dropped way out of our camera shot to land. There is Jakob talking about climbing. It's just, I love it. I remember him like in Vila when he won, and I had to go and interview him, and he just was talking to Alex about exactly the moves. I just was amazed he wasn't celebrating. He was analysing every single move.
And he can't stop. Like, if he's in his zone, he will just talk about climbing forever.
Exactly. And then I interviewed him, and he talked about climbing, so he just does that. Right, Colin Duffy, remember that competition, 2022, where he won double gold. It was so emotional. Colin had an up and down season last year, and yet qualified brilliantly for the Olympics in Bern.
Yeah, just at the right time.
Yeah,
he seemed to find his perfect form in the World Championships.
Exactly that. But he has just missed the mark in World Cups. So we'd like to see him back up into a finals. Such a strong guy. As you can see.
Zone on the first try.
Yeah, and Toby needs to get something on the slab here as Colin comes down. Toby missed that top, which would have really... Oh, look at that from Toby. Just planted that left foot in time.
Yeah, I think he also worked on his slab a lot. It used to be his weak point.
So there's Tomoe Narasaki on the second climb.
Yeah, he also needs something. He didn't do the first one.
Yeah, and the first one, I mean, if you look at our top 6, or top 8, in fact, everyone's done it. Oh, no, actually, no, that's not true.
Except for Ard, yes.
Ard, yeah.
Slab.
I think Ard might be pushed out at some point, but you never know. There's 4 athletes to come after Colin. Getting the direction wrong there a little bit from Yuji. Didn't hit the feet.
Those swinging problems, it's so hard because once you start the swing, you can't really change it anymore. So if it's the wrong swing, you might as well just jump off.
Yeah, it's true. Tomoe Omugaway doesn't use the knee bar, and you can see every time they go up with that right hand, the feet go. Interestingly, boulder number 2, which wasn't meant to be the hardest, is the one people are struggling on the most here. Toby got a hand on the finish hold of boulder 3.
Yeah, boulder 3 looks more doable than boulder 2 right now.
Colin kicks his way down.
Toby's into the zone.
Oh, he needed that. Creeps the foot through. The score jumps up into second place with that zone. Oh, it's a risky position. Your face is pointing towards the volume. You've got to trust your feet. There's a jump from here. Oh no, another pop at the top.
Just a bit short.
Oh, 2 in a row for Toby.
Yeah, you see, like, the front part is dual texture, so really slippery, and just in the back there's, like, something to hold on to. So you really have to have enough height.
Tomoe Narasaki had a spectacular fall from here before. Watch the feet. The feet were better. I can't see a way through that move, you know, I don't get it.
Yeah, you would have to be able to keep your feet on those volumes, but so far no one was able to.
Tomoe as well walks back and forth, trying to get an angle on this thing, trying to work out exactly where his body should be, what the feet are doing, but yeah, hard one. Toby's back on the wall, as is Colin. Tomoe goes back to his chalk bag to chalk up and grab a brush. Oh, Colin is...
Now the left hand was slipping off.
Oh. There's only so many falls like that you want to take.
Yeah, I think he's calling it already,
yeah,
40 seconds to go.
So we know that could be problematic for Colin.
Toby's again at the top move.
He's in this time, made the correction. And breathes. And that celebration he does. He tends to pause, do a pull-up, scream at the audience.
And takes the lead now. With less tries than Meiji.
Good work from him. Right, zone on the top then. Everyone calls it. Toby up to that top spot, as you say. 2 tops, 2 zones. Should really be safe on that.
Yeah, I think you will really need at least 2 tops.
Do remember, I always say this, but it's a good reminder that things might change after the broadcast finishes. Appeals come through, appeals are being appealed all the time by coaches and judges. We tend to get notification of that, but depending on how busy the judge is, we don't always. So just if things change, that's why. They tend to get them done pretty quick. And what is an appeal, you ask? Well, the coaches, and actually the athletes, can make appeals to try to improve their score or appeals to try to take away someone else's score if they spot something.
Yeah, if you don't agree with how something was judged, you can make an appeal and they will relook at the video and the head judge will then decide if the decision was right or not.
It's part of the game. Thomas.
Already at the last move.
Yeah, true. Just 40 seconds gone. He's was doing really well then. Tried to change his feet around. Had that nasty fall where it looked like he winded himself a bit. I think he's recovered from that. Sorato Anraku is on boulder number 1.
Yeah, he was in the last final in Salt Lake. And already at the last move, makes it look easy.
Sorato, oh, hits the top hole but comes down.
Also, these volumes won't get a better friction throughout the round. So especially the later climbers will always make sure to have them brushed before they get in again.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of climbers have touched it. Elias makes the zone hold. Big shout from the crowd there. Adjusting on that right crimp, crossing through. No, it was a bit low.
But he did quickly the first move, so we'll have hopefully another few tries for the last move.
Coaches are having fun, aren't they? Oh, sun's out in Innsbruck. Why wouldn't you be having fun? So Gregor looks at the clock. He is currently outside of the top 6.
Yeah, no zone on boulder 3, so he definitely needs a top here.
Yeah. An important moment for him in the semi-final. Thomas falls again back onto the mats. On boulder 2, Elias rests. Sorato Anraku on the left. He's resting too. Oh God. Tries to clean the bottom of his shoes. A bit frustrated on his first few moves. He knows it's important. Sorato climbing quickly through the bottom. Oh, he nearly dropped that though. Oh, he does drop it. Just didn't look settled.
No, he didn't. Yes. He always looked like he was too fast through this section.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Elias just can't repeat the first move now.
It's frustrating, isn't it, when you come close and then can't re-climb what you've already climbed. Gregor, though, is through that first section. He just doesn't seem very comfortable at the moment. Big drop down, the right foot slides off the no-tex on the right.
Yeah, Sorato is back on top of boulder 1.
Big pinch, crosses the left through. Oh, the left hand fires there.
Yeah, I think he tried to turn it, but just slipped off at the same moment.
Thomas cracks his knee bar in. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it is a stretch.
Maybe he can now just creep up with his hand.
Yeah.
That was a weird fall. He's done.
I tell you what, I'm not sure I would have committed to that. It was like he was death diving into the mats. You know that sport where you jump off big cliffs into the water and keep your body up?
Yeah, I
feel like one of those. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that. Yeah. Oh, look.
He just let himself fall down.
Yeah.
Elias is back on the last move.
Oh, yeah, he was briefly, but when we tried to go all the way to the top hole, shakes his head, he can't get it done. And also Gregor can't finish things off. Out of that final for him, a disappointment or exhaustion. Nope, disappointment. So, Sorato Anraku will come out next from Japan. The young athlete who's made a big impression in the last couple of years. One of the questions I asked Jakob in the interview we do with him was, that because he gives a lot of advice to Sorato, you know, I think he feels like he's sort of a bit of a dad-like figure. And I was like, are you going to do that in the Olympics? You know, because he's your competitor, are you going to help him? And Jakob was, of course I'm going to help him, which I thought was quite lovely.
Yeah, I think he sees it more as like we against the boulders than me against them.
Exactly. I think he also knows that this is the future, you know, like at his age coming through. You know, Jakob will climb, I mean, he seems to have climbed forever already, but at some point his career will end. Well, Sorato will have a few more years.
Yeah. I don't think he's thinking of stopping already, but at some point, yes.
Yeah, he did mention LA and Lead to me at one point. So I think he would be excited if it was a single discipline. I think he'd happily say goodbye to a boulder round or two maybe in the future, not right now. Yuji on the slab. Ooh, returns to that right palm. Now flicks off it with the fingers.
Also quickly to the zone. Could be his first try.
Looks down at his feet. That is, wow.
It's a flash.
That's great stuff from Yuji. Where did that come from? So a top.
Yeah, but he didn't do boulder one.
Yeah, fifth is going to be risky. Collins a move away. Doesn't do the knee bar, tries to stand up on the volume and slips.
And Sorato is into the last section.
Yes, he is. Palming up to the top, drops back down, readjusts with the hands, the thumb in. All that palm pressing, hits the top. No!
I think he should have waited a bit longer and gone a bit slower.
I thought he was in then. Let's see a replay of that, shall we? Yeah, I think you're right. It was that body position thing again, wasn't it? It was actually quite far right.
Yeah, he was like left and right of the crimp with his two hands.
Yeah, missed the sweet spot. I can't believe he flashed that slab.
He neither.
That was awesome. Well, he's up to fifth at the moment, but risky fifth. Coaches are pleased though. It must feel good as a coach because obviously athletes have certain things they're good or bad at, and you know you never quite know whether it's someone exceeding an expectation or just sort of proving how good they are at something. But I love it when the coaches react like that.
But I also always feel for the Japanese coaches with 7 athletes in the semi-final. It's really busy. Also right now they had 3 athletes out on the mat.
Yeah, you get tired sort of trying to look at all the appeals, trying to cheer them, trying to film everything. Into the assistants. Tomoe Narasaki, no tops for him so far, just 2 zones, so he's leaving himself with work to do here. Sorato goes again.
It's weird, like sometimes a boulder just gets stopped in the beginning a lot of times, and now it's been some time.
Yes, it has, you're right. Yeah, maybe the conditions, maybe the heat. I mean, we knew they were bad slopers, but Sorato defies the odds and makes the match.
Looking casual.
Oh, we know how good the friction on that man's skin is, and he will leave the stage with a minute and a half to go. And a good start to his finals bid here. Oh, he was going to snatch the left hand and realised he didn't need to. Just held the swing. Look, thought about it? Nah, I'm all right. Look how casual that is. Great stuff. So Colin Duffy, 43 seconds to go on the clock.
Also, Tomoe not getting on with boulder free. You would think that's exactly his style.
Yeah, agreed, yes. I think Colin's going to call it too. That's going to leave him in some trouble.
Yeah, 2 zones, no top yet.
Yeah, so down in 14th. 2 boulders to go, of course. And just 2 athletes to go as well. Elmo will be out next for France, and Samuel Richard will, for Spain, and Samuel Richard from France will finish things off. Elias has been entertaining. He wants to get going, doesn't he? There's a bit of a 9 seconds to go before he can come onto the mat. Look at him, he's basically sort of fighting to get out there.
Yeah, it's a long way to run, all the way to the slab.
Yeah. There is Guillermo.
Yeah, he made a huge step up from his last World Cup. He was here in Innsbruck last year and he was 76th.
Wow.
And now second after qualifiers. First after qualifiers, sorry.
So he pulls on. What's different about that man? That's always what I look for. You know, what's changed? The attitude, the physicality. Oh, another big fall from him. Thomas is just launching himself like a stunt double. Sorato Anraku on Boulder 2.
Sota is into the zone.
Yeah,
Boulder number 2.
Looking really solid, isn't he, for that? I think he's going for the knee bar method in the stretch. No.
Guillermo still struggling with the starting sequence of this boulder. I can imagine he's pretty nervous out there.
Yeah, exactly. And you've been waiting in isolation for a long time. You know, you have to isolate a couple of hours before things open up. And
now everyone, like no one was watching him during qualies. He could just climb. Now everyone is watching him. What can he do?
Exactly. You feel that expectation to perform. And there, as ISO slowly empties out, you've got a long time to think about the fact that all eyes are going to be on you.
But he's into the zone now.
Yeah, points on the ball from the Spaniard. As we've seen those legs kicking backwards, it's hard to hold that swing if it's that wild. Elias is onto his slab on Boulder 4. He's sitting in 6th, so he needs something. Sorato to move away. How did anyone do this? The feet are terrible to stand up on.
Tries to get a bit of a knee in.
Oh. I don't even think the knee bar was particularly in. Like, if there was a jib there, maybe, but...
Yeah. Also, the volume is not quite in the right place for a knee bar.
No. So Thomas will reset. Very worried about that man's body. He's going to be broken later on.
He's just putting himself out there, giving everything.
Young and bouncy, he's getting away with it. And spring back. Elias, meanwhile, will chalk up his hands and have a think here. Guillermo on Boulder 1. He's got that zone. Changes feet. Oh, pops the foot as he flicks left. Keep an eye on the top left of your screen as well. The penultimate athlete out comes into the zone once more. Can he hold this swing this time? No. Not looking close yet.
This might have been the best try we've seen. He was already on the chip, but still there's no foot to catch it.
Thomas is a move away. He just needs to commit here. Double.
Turning the left hand.
Oh, and doing a knee. Interesting.
Maybe he'll try to go static from here.
Oh, I don't think you can drive off that knee hard enough.
I think he'll give it one more good go.
I like the idea of the knee to get you higher. I kind of get that, but trying to jump off the knee, I think it gets in the way.
Maybe the idea was to get the foot up, but he just was a bit too high.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Elias on the slab is stretched out. We're going to work out how to transfer those feet. Does that quite nicely.
Good, yeah.
Pushes away from the blue volume. Into the zone.
Yeah, top for him would be really good. He flashed the first one, so...
No! But as close as you can come, and he knows it. 16 seconds to go, he hasn't got time as well.
Ah, that's a heartbreaker.
That would have really, I mean, he's in third at the moment, but that would have just cemented him in.
You really can't get closer to a top than this.
It's fully in it. You can see the way he fell. He thought he was, you know, into the hole. He wasn't really looking for a fall or protecting himself. Well, zones all round, but no tops. The tops seem to have slowly dried out here a little bit. Yeah, maybe conditions just adapting and changing. So Tomo is down on the far right. Colin Duffy in the middle. Samuel Richard qualified in first position for this final. Pretty unknown, as we were saying earlier on. Salt Lake, he was 27th this year.
Another one of the really young guys coming through, 16 years, his first season.
Yeah, nothing. When you look at his stats, there's nothing particularly to sort of point out that he would have qualified in this position. So, you know, we talked about the weird qualifying round, but that's not to take anything away from him, because even if it had been a slight bit cooler, the boulders, you know, you've still got to climb the thing. So.
And he will have come out really late, so he will have been in ISO for a lot of hours. The boulders will have been dirty.
Yeah, because of the rain, it was about a 2-hour delay, and obviously the athletes can't leave isolation, so they were in there. There was a message that went round saying, "Can we watch the football in isolation?" But in that moment, I don't think it was the judge's priority. They were trying to deal with the comp.
Yeah, because usually in bouldering you know your exact starting time, so you will have prepared for 3-4 hours in isolation.
Sorato got a toe in under. Oh, he's got a hand in the top. He had a toe hook underneath.
Yeah, he sometimes just looks as if he's just letting go. But that looked really promising.
It did. I'm not entirely sure what he did still. I've just watched it and I don't know what he did. Let's have another look.
Like, one big difference was that his foot didn't slip.
But look at this, he upgraded the feet. Got that weird toe hook in. Yeah, you're right, the right foot just stuck.
Now he just needs something to stop the open door, as we call it.
Yeah, hold that swing. Interesting. Well, there we go. Sorato and Jakob Schubert still talking about climbing.
Yeah, the route setters.
Those guys have been working. Louis in the background there. He has an amazing facility in his house, and I really wanted to go to it and train, and he was like, I can't. It's like, I'm here at 6 in the morning every day. I leave late. They're working so hard.
Yeah, he's always here.
Yeah.
Basically lives in the gym.
Yeah, seems to. I'm a bit disappointed. I was counting on that. So, Samuel pressing into the start position. Hasn't got a zone yet. He's got time to figure it out. He was going with the right hand. I think he needs to change that to a left at some point.
Sorato is at the last move again.
Come on, Sorato, get it done for us. He's going for that weird toe. The right, right foot pings.
Samuel should be awarded the zone now. Also, I just remembered we only have 19 people in the semi-final because Alberto Gines Lopez decided to pull out.
Yes, bizarrely, I don't actually notice that. Do you know it was injured?
Yeah, he qualified, but he either injured or was worried about getting injured, so he decided he wouldn't risk it because he's also qualified for Paris.
Yeah, yes, I completely forgot about that, in all honesty. I even interviewed him yesterday, but yeah, good point. But I think, honestly, a very sensible decision. I mean, as I said, there's a bigger picture going on here, you know. Sure, he wants to practice, but not with the... when we saw Jenya in the finals in OQS hurt her knee, you know, something like that is the worst case scenario.
Yeah, you want to be like 100% when going to the Olympics. And there will be many World Cups to come.
Exactly. Well, Tomo Anraku gets it done. We wait for the score to change. He's down at the moment.
Yeah, it's only his first top, so 6th place right now.
And Toby, you know, at the top spot is doing well here. Colin Duffy needs something here. Samuel really struggling to make that next move. Sorato's in, come on, yes! Well, that is how you do it. Unreal.
Saving the root setters.
Yeah, that right foot. I mean, I wonder what made the difference. It just worked for him.
I mean, I could say it's the shoes. Los Botinas just the best, but I won't.
I like the fact that you did, and yet you didn't. It's brilliant. If you're listening, send us some more shoes, please. That was a brilliant bit of marketing. I like that.
Puts himself into third position already after these 2 tops.
Yeah, great work from Sorato. Meanwhile, Tomo Narasaki launched, got the right hand, got the left hand, hung for a sec, up into a finals place at the moment. But a risk. Oh no, he's not already. He's pushed out. I've just seen the score.
Yeah, Sorato just pushed him out, his teammate.
Yeah.
Art is now in the 6th place. Second climber Art.
What a performance from that man from Thailand. We can now say we think second man from Thailand to make a semi-final. Not first, as I said. Oh, we're winding things down now. Boulder 1 is done. Just 2, 3 and 4 remaining as we run out of athletes. Team Spain watching on his game up. Climbs on Boulder 2.
Yeah, now we know how it's done. Hopefully we will see another top.
Yes, and a reminder, if you don't know, the athletes don't see each other's methods, so they won't know that that's the way to do it. You've got to figure it out for yourself. But they'll know probably that he did send it, so it is possible.
Especially if you're right after him, you see him coming back.
Smiling, yeah, celebrating.
And also 1 or 2 minutes early.
Yeah.
Although it was quite a last second top.
Ooh, that right foot pops, adjusts the hands, hits the awkward cross match there.
Also, Thomas is approaching the zone on the slab. Just fell off.
Yeah, that zone is so hard, isn't it? Not a lot on it. You kind of fall into it, press into it. Oh, look at Boulder 3.
Sota Magasa.
Didn't like that crimp though. Got better distance on it that time. Changed the feet. Judge, move out of the way. Thank you. You're doing a fantastic job, sir. Don't worry. I just want to see the climbing. Sota comes back, chalks up.
Yeah, he only had like 1 hand on the left hold, but he will need to get to the top all the way.
Kermo gets that right hand on the undercling, bumps it, adjusts it, looks to try to get the right foot working, but he can't find it at the moment. It's just standing on a... Is there a jib down there? Yeah, I think there is. No, there's not. It's just no text.
Just slippery volume.
Did a lot of foot movements considering he's standing on something slippy.
Yeah, there's actually a chip on the starting hold no one is using because it's underneath the big volume.
Yeah, you can see it there.
But I also don't see how it helps, so...
No, I agree. Sota has got this jump again. He's really got this move down now. He tries to bring a knee up. Oh, gets the foot. If he had managed to stick that, I think he would have done it. Really push off that left leg in that position. Minute 29 to go for this round here, and our leaderboard complete in terms of athlete to points on the board. Our top 6 ends with Ard in 6th. It's an interesting top 6. There's a few names missing for there you might expect to see in it. Getting that launch into the undercling really well now. Out with the right hand, changes the feet, better. Better, but no.
Sota's trying Boulder 3 again.
He has got that move locked in.
I think he'll not go from the zone directly, or will he?
Oh, yeah, good spot.
But catching this hold is Seems optimistic to me.
I think so. It's something about that block crimp, though. I think it's really slopey as well.
Yeah, and the foothold is really bad.
Emil goes again, up into the undercling, 2 hands, no. Well, he leaves with 22 seconds to go. Thomas as well is running out of time here. He will keep going, though.
Yeah, still hasn't got the zone.
Yeah, he's down.
He's really done.
Another one of those dives. Well, it was certainly entertaining, but we won't see him again tonight. He says goodbye. As we said, winding things down slowly here. Quite a bit of climbing to come in the semi-finals before we say goodbye. We'll have a bit of a break until 7:30 Central European time tonight, where we will ramp things up in a big way. If you think this is a party, you wait till later. The DJ last night, and whoever was in control of the lights, was having a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's also always the great thing about being live here and watching it.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. So I know not everyone can join us in the stadium itself, but we are the second best option. And we'll be bringing you all the atmosphere and finding out who is crowned champion. Colin Duffy on his last boulder needs something now. Just 3 zones. He's not... Yeah, maybe could squeak in.
Yeah, with a quick top. Could move up the order into a final spot.
Yeah, he does need to be fast, though. Not fast as speed, but fast as in attempts.
Yeah, Art is in 6th place and he has a top in 5 attempts. That's what he wants to speed.
So Colin with the underclings. Oh no, and that's going to count for those attempts. And it's another one of those rounds for Colin where it's close but not quite. Doesn't work out.
Campbell that does move well, and also Sorato.
Oh no, a hand on the top hold for Sorato, but he can't hold it.
Thought he had it.
All right, getting the knee bar locked in on your main screen. Samuel. Well, he can get it in enough to shake. That's oh no, flicks it down. That's all he's standing on, and it's blocked with no text on the top, so you can't stand where the triangle of the volume hits the wall.
Because sometimes those volumes are already a bit broken on top, and then there would be some surface area to step on.
Yeah, it's mad that that's considered a foothold, isn't it? But you're right, just that little texture change, there's ridges you can stand on, it does work. Colin, I'm not sure how many attempts he's had so far, but it's he's close to not making this final now. You won't know that necessarily. Ask for a brush.
Sorato making the first move look easy. Now he's again into the jump.
Oh, cruising. Only Toby managed that one. Sorato, that's 3 out of 3 for Sorato, and he's going to be on top.
He kind of makes dynamic moves look slow.
Yeah.
Just floating.
When that man is on fire, he's kind of unbeatable.
Yeah,
you know?
he's definitely cementing his place in finals. The only one to have 3 tops and 1 boulder to go.
Crazy. Well, Sorato's in form then. Colin Duffy presses down that leg to try to jump it up. Oh, crimps the edge of the wall again.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to enjoy his time out there. Not the round he will have wanted to.
No, but look at Afton Sorato, right? I mean, we're watching a bit of slow motion, but he made it look like slow motion. Eased his way through, turned to celebrate. Japanese coaches enjoyed that one. Well, Sorato's in.
Yeah, they have 3 Japanese athletes right now in finals.
So Colin trusting friction as he jumps out. That slope is a nasty one to hold in the heat. Matches now. Changes the right foot. Push away from right to left. Samuel launches again on boulder 2. Colin is done, I think. Not the round he would have wanted. That's only 3 zones. He's not quite done, fair enough. He goes again. I think he thought about being done. Almost took his chalk bag off and then changed his mind. But now, yeah, now he's done. Frustration for Colin Duffy. We won't see him in the finals for this. I haven't seen the lead registration. Things can change, but I'm expecting him to climb in lead.
I think if you come here for the bouldering run
makes sense.
and do the Olympics, you might as well to go.
Exactly. Yeah, practice time is running out for those Olympians, or future Olympians, I should say. Can't call them Olympians until they are. So not many climbs to go now, and the umbrella's still out in the stadium as the heat beats down upon us. Sota is leading the way from Guillermo, just 2 athletes at a time now. It's been a good semi-final, actually. Not super dramatic always, but just always entertaining.
And apparently every boulder is doppable, as Sorato showed us.
A good bit of setting here. We had a really hard women's semi-final. I think the hardest I can remember watching, really. It was...
I can remember one semi-final. In Munich, there were 5 tops in the whole semi-final, 4 were Janja.
Wow. Okay, that wins.
The 5th one was Janja, I can remember.
When was that?
2019 in Munich.
Okay. I kind of missed the Munich Cup. I only did one competition. I was commentating with Charlie Bosco while he was still doing it, and it's just such a cool venue. I don't know why we don't go back there.
Yeah.
So Sota on the slab, hits the right hand, makes the match. Guillermo will start his swing on the 3rd climb.
Still looking a bit uncoordinated, but he'll have a few more tries.
I think I said that Toby did boulder 3 by accident earlier on, because he got just 1 hand on it, didn't he? Because Sorato's the only one to have done boulder 3.
Yeah, I think he came closest apart from Sorato. And he already also had several tries at getting the top move done. Just couldn't stick it.
Yeah, he nailed the bottom at the top, which was tricky. Guillermo will go once more here. And Sota has to trust some friction now.
It's crazy to see Art still in 6th position, clinging onto that final spot.
Can you imagine, eh? Yeah, that man, as I said earlier, I'm going to repeat it in case anyone's missed it, moved from Bangkok over to the States, part of Team Thailand. It's only his 8th World Cup. And he said he'd been working on his mental training as well as his physical training, so it's clearly making a difference. But
yeah, Sota is now at the top move. He could also move up the order.
And he does, look at that. Hits the slab well. We wait for the scoreboard.
Just moved into 6th position.
So pushing Ard out. But Ard, whatever happens, he will have a PB there. That's impressive.
4th Japanese into finals as it stands right now.
Well, this was Sota's face, pressing against the wall, eyeing up that last hole. The jump, floated through it, matched. Good work from him. And just Guillermo left on the mats with 2 minutes to go. Crowd reaction, coach reaction. Stick with the Spaniard here as he goes out, getting further away though. I think tiredness kicking in here a bit, but lots of time, minute 40 to go.
Now literally everyone is watching him, only one out at the mat.
Yeah, you said he might feel the pressure. What does it feel like, you know, out there on the mats or on the lead wall like you've done when you're climbing and everyone's watching? Does it personally for you, does it make you More excited to climb, or does it make you tense up a bit?
I think it's a bit different in bouldering and lead, because in lead you're getting on the wall, then you're climbing until you're done. But in bouldering there's still a time you're standing on the mats. And I personally kind of feel like, oh God, I have to be back on the wall, I have to do something. Like everyone is just standing here, watching me standing here. But in lead, it doesn't really make a difference. I think I like the atmosphere, I like it when I know people are watching. So there I think it's a good thing, but in bouldering it can be hard.
Yes, I think you're right about the watching you sort of standing there, because you must feel the need to perform.
You feel like you owe them that you do something.
Yes.
They're here to watch you.
And home crowd advantage, is that a real thing? Like here in Innsbruck, for example, when everyone's screaming your name, does it inspire you on?
I think it's type dependent, but if you feed off it of the crowd, then definitely. Also, everyone here knows, my whole peer friend group knows I have a World Cup this weekend, and so everyone's wishing me luck, saying good luck, how was it, are you fit?
Oh, that's so cool, must be amazing, that feeling. Yeah, and this is a great arena for that. Game over is done. Yes, because of the way the gym is set up, it's like a big amphitheatre in here, and all focus is on this big open space, as you said, the car park area.
Yeah, and already they started building the venue 3 weeks ago. So everyone who walks by to go into the gym sees the walls and the rule setting.
Well, he's already secured a place, but can he make it 4 out of 4 for Sorato Anraku as he runs on? Samuel Richards will do his penultimate climb. Yeah, it's been fun watching Sorato today.
Also because now we saw every boulder get a top, which is always nice.
Let's see if he can get the clean sweep of this round, shall we? Pulls on. Not expecting him to flash it. There we go. It's just a hard one. It's an easy one to read, hard to execute, I think.
Yeah, and a slip like this can always happen.
Yeah, exactly. Samuel Richard starts his swing. He hasn't got the swing down yet, and he's going to go all the way back to the beginning to try to regenerate. He goes off the low hold, now builds the swing. He needs to find something off the 2 holds above.
Yeah. Also, this boulder, I think if those 19 people had half an hour, everyone would do it. They would just maybe need a bit more time to learn the move, but everyone can do them.
Yeah, it's a classic setup, isn't it? Classic move. Yeah, he just got the swing again, kind of trying to bicycle his legs around in an arc to get there. I think he needs to go more direct. Sorato is stood up though. Trusting that sticky rubber you were talking about earlier. Drags the feet through, makes it work.
Already at the last move?
Easy stuff. 4 out of 4 for Sorato. And way out in front, you've got to say, suddenly there will be a target on that man's back. He's the one to beat.
Took him a few tries, but got all 4 tops.
A few tries, but only a couple of minutes in, leapt up to the finished hold. Look at that, so poised. It's like that first boulder when he just held it with one hand and didn't bring the match in. So he believes he's going to be in the position before he gets there.
He knows he's strong enough with one hand.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, definitely a favorite for tonight's final.
Favorite for tonight's final, and possibly favorite for a different competition as well. You certainly wouldn't really want to bet against him, would you?
No.
He's got to be in the conversation.
I'm curious to see what he can do tomorrow on the lead as well.
Yes, me too. Because when Sorato's on fire on the lead, it's just everything looks easy for him.
He just doesn't seem to get pumped and climbs on.
But then he will fall off all of a sudden. It's like he doesn't look like he's getting pumped and suddenly he'll go. And you'll be like, oh, maybe he was pumped.
That's actually a good sign of a lead climber, that they climb well until they fall off.
Yeah, that's coming tomorrow. Yeah, big day tomorrow. Qualifying, semi-finals, and then Sunday. You can have a lie-in if you're watching. Just join us in the evening on Sunday before we say goodbye to Innsbruck for another year. So much build up to this competition, and when it's done, I do have that feeling of sadness, like saying goodbye for another year. It's a fun place to hang out.
So you see the chalk build up on these holes. They don't get better with 20 climbers on them.
No, there's only so much brushing you can do, isn't there? It's not going to get rid of that. That needs a power hose. So Samuel down in 16th. Just 2 zones, not going to be enough. Not long to go on the clock, 52 seconds left. Less than a minute for him.
Hyping himself up again.
Yeah, look at that build-up. Taking away any friction that might have been there. They are good holds, though. It's the way he's kicking his legs. It's a bit odd.
Yeah, you will know that something is not right, but if you don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's the arc. That last kick he does off the wall spins it a bit just wide of it.
Seems also a bit frustrated.
Yeah, he does. He leaves with 14 seconds to go off the mats. His boulder done. Just 1 to go for Samuel. It's that final kick. Well, he will leave us for the time being of this transition period. Two more climbs to come here. Guillermo runs on and lies again, fully focused on him this time. So 10 minutes to go in our semi-final here. And just another reminder to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IFSC. There's a World Climbing Club, a daily show. We used to just do highlights. We're doing way more than that now. We've got lots of interviews. We're going to be talking to a route setter later on about one of the finals boulders. We've got an interview with Jakob Schubert today. But yeah, lots of action.
It's one of those moves you think they should fall off, but somehow they're still on the wall.
Exactly. I was waiting to say, he's going to re-go, but no. He made it work with that left foot and got really high on the volume as well.
Not using like the top of the right volume, but standing already on the further left one.
That's a good spot. Yeah, that's where his left foot is now. Yeah, I think he needs to change.
Yeah.
He needs to work out a way of bringing that right foot over to the flatter bit on top. The audience milling around now. I think some out to get some lunch. The shade of the lead wall long since gone away. Right, he goes again. Eyes the next hold. No, pops and falls.
Yeah, I think he was in the right position now, but his foot just slipped off.
So part of this Spanish team has got obviously Alberto in it. Lots of speed climbers going through to the games later on. So it's one of those teams. They have a big facility in Barcelona where a lot of them train and live as well. And a pretty successful coaching team that they can rely on. So that Spanish team really coming on the last couple of years. And part of the conversation for good teams, when you talk about Austria and France and Japan, certainly you've got to include Spain in that list now.
Yeah, also in the youth, more and more athletes. Also Troliami, who will still be competing in the youth, or could be.
Yeah, I always wonder when it's like too early to go, And I think we're going to see more and more people going earlier on. I think that's the way a lot of sport has gone.
Yeah, but on the other hand, there are only that many youth world championships, for example, you can have. And I know some people who then later regret not doing more of them, because World Cups you have for the rest of your career.
What was it like for you, that transition? Was it an easy one? Was it hard?
It was actually not that bad, because I only did my first World Cups when I was already in the juniors. So I wasn't even starting until I was 19, 18. And then I made some pretty good results right away. And so I did like one season of doing both. And then I only had the senior comps left.
And was there maybe a strange question, but was there a step down? Like when you went from World Cups back to the youth scene, was it equally challenging in the youth circuit?
It's completely different, because you go to a World Cup and you try to make semis or be top 30 or something. And then I came to the youth comps and tried to win. It's just another mentality and equally challenging. Okay. Only one person can win. Yeah,
that's a good point. So yeah, you thought you could win one, whereas the next one you were just sort of trying to fly in, sort of slightly under the radar and just make gradual progress.
Yeah, it's just a different goal setting and different approach to a competition.
Yes, because I can't imagine what it must be like walking into an isolation area for the first time, sort of being next to Janja, being next to the big guns. You know, Adam Ondra strolls past.
Yeah, totally. Also, like, being in my first isolation zone, my coach telling me, like, you're going to warm up with them on the same wall. You just have to, don't go away.
Yeah, I've heard that, you know, it can be one of those things you fall into a trap of trying to win warm-up, you know, like proving that you can do better than them in a warm-up area.
But I think that's more of a men's problem than women's.
Yes, I did hear that about the guys, yeah, I'll be honest. Far more sensible. Yeah, I think it is wise what you're saying about staying in that junior circuit for a little longer, because a lot of climbing is experience as well. I think you either have absolute natural ability, and I think about someone like Sorato, or you do have to learn some things, and there's nothing wrong with that. Graham will go off, he leaves the mats. Just one climber to go before we will wrap things up and have a look at our results. But I think we know by now who is in our top 6.
Yes.
Some of the audience have left, as you can see. It's been hot out there. Fair play if you've stayed all the way through. Well, Samuel Richard has one slab left of his semi-final. He's outside of the top 6. He can't make it through, but he would like to finish things off on a high.
And we talked about before how the French are really good in slabs.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe he can show us something here.
Although I swear every time we mention that, it doesn't work out. So maybe we're sandbagging them.
Or maybe the others caught up.
Maybe. I still want to discover the slab secrets of each team. It does fascinate me. But Austria now, with your new wall, I'm expecting you guys to be right up there.
I'm trying to.
A couple of years. Wow, struggling with that first move. You've seen a few people do that the first time they pull on.
He also decides to run into it, which we haven't seen that much. Most people just step off the ground.
Yeah, true. Maybe slightly misreading this sequence. It sticks for him, but it does look harder. You're not quite in the right position. When you're running, you know, you're less accurate when you're standing up there.
Also, your shoes get more dirty because you're running across the dirty mats.
Yeah, good point. We can see him cleaning them. Yeah, it's a really good point. Bit of spit in action there. So 2 zones. And in 16th at the moment. But for him, you know, qualifying in this position is so impressive. You know,
yeah, he should just take the qualifications with him. That was extraordinary.
Yeah, exactly. And it was something that did catch a lot of us by surprise. As the evening wore on, we realised we were witnessing something quite unusual in the men's boulder. Oh no, sliding down that no-tex.
Also, the qualifying was quite high scoring, and then sometimes you just get into the flow, topping the first 2 or 3 boulders, and you don't stop.
No, exactly. So you don't know the position you'll be climbing in yet tomorrow for the lead. That comes after registration.
Exactly, yes.
And a random order as well when the athletes come out tomorrow. Boulder is done in world ranking, lead isn't. It's going to be interesting tomorrow. I mean, I was about to give something away then, but I can't give away what happened last night. But there's potential double golds on the line. I'm just going to say that. That doesn't give too much away, does it? Could be anyone.
anyone.
Samuel with this run and jump start comes in. And you can see actually the bottom of his feet get covered in chalk every time he comes up there. 2 minutes left, not long now. Hasn't got the zone, can't get his first move done. Frustration starting to build a bit as he comes into this. That left foot again slides down, hands popping now. You just feel it's all going a little bit wrong for him.
Yeah. I'm wondering why he doesn't try to start more statically. But he made it work already, and often that's like what's misleading. If you can't do it, then you're hesitant to change it.
That's true. Oh, he'll run once more. Left foot sticks a bit better. Right goes this time. Back and forth. So you were saying you have a friend group coming down. Any family in town to watch?
Actually, yeah, they're coming tomorrow, so I have to get to semis to have them watching.
Okay.
They will not be here for qualis yet.
Oh, that's some pressure for you.
So I hope.
Gosh. Yeah, 2 lead routes in qualifying, and they're all up on the wall. I'm looking at them now from across my commentary box, and 2 of them go right through the centre of the overhang. One on the far left, one on the far right. This is better now, higher on the boulder, finally through that first sequence, but 38 seconds to go is not a lot of time. He's going to try some kind of a foot match. There's such a small surface area to stand on with some friction. Drifts that left foot, pops the right, and just to add insult to injury, not in a starting position. He'll have one last go. He wants the crowd behind him. They do respond. I think they're respecting what they're seeing, which is a man fighting hard on a hard boulder.
10 seconds left in his first semi-final.
Come on, Samuel. Hits the left foot so much better. It's like when he stopped thinking he did better.
Now he has the right method, but not enough time.
Well, he'll learn from that one as the time finishes and we wait for the updated results. Now, remember, we're coming back and joining us this evening, 7:30 p.m. for the men's final. It's going to be an epic one for sure. The setters will reset the boulders now. We kick the audience out of the arena while we prepare. And we'll do it again tonight. Different format, more pressure, gold medals on the line. And we'll just wait for these results as our audience leaves. So in the final, Sorato Anraku on the top spot, Toby Roberts after that, Meichi Narasaki, Elias doing really well there, Ritsu Kayotani, and finally Sota Amagasa. Japanese heavy finals there with 4 athletes through. So thank you so much, Mattia, for joining me again for a second day in a row. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. It was great fun.
Always. Well, we'll be back later on, everyone. Have a fantastic afternoon. We'll see you soon.